Hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live discussion brought to you by TalentSprint for your upcoming bank exams. I hope all of you are in good health and you're really excited about this IBPS PO exam, which is less than 24 hours away. Ideally, I would not prefer you guys be present for this session because your exam is just around the corner, right? I mean, I'm sure some of you have your exam tomorrow, others have it day after tomorrow. So it's not good to be kind of learning till the last minute. You should be relaxing now and trying to keep yourselves calm and in a right mood so that you can give your best in the examination. However, it's up to you, right? I'm sure many others have a different view. They want to be like working hard till the last minute so that they can give their best shot. So whatever strategy works for you, just follow that. And even otherwise, we have more exams coming up in future, right? Like the IBPS clerk is already scheduled. So this session will definitely help you for your IBPS clerk's exam as well, in addition to the IBPS PO1. And what we are going to discuss is a high weightage topic, data interpretation. And you also know that after you clear the preliminary exam, when you go for the main exam, you will only have questions on data interpretation. So it's very, very important to practice thoroughly on this particular topic. It is a number game. It's purely a number game, right? You have pie charts or line graphs or tables or bar graphs available or combinations of these things available with some data. Interestingly, in the recent exams, you have seen that some data is actually missing. It's not a fully available table, right? Some of the cells are empty, right? Now that's popularly called as the missing data interpretation question. So data is given to you, either complete or incomplete, and based on that data you have a set of 5 questions. So you need to understand the data, extract all that you can get from there, and answer the given questions here. What is another development in the last few years is, earlier all these questions on data interpretation used to be on profit of a company or population of a country, or something about, let's say, production of different food grains in a country and things like that, right? All proper data analysis type of questions. But these days we have questions on arithmetic aptitude topics which are being asked in terms of DI. Like for example, the set of 5 questions could be on time and distance, or it can be on profit and loss, or it can be on time and work, or boards and systems, pipes and systems. You never know, right? So it also becomes important for you now to make sure that you are thorough with all these arithmetic topics, right? Earlier, I know there were students who used to kind of skip pipes and systems. Why? At best you could get 1 question. It's okay if you don't prepare for it. But now there is a chance that you get 5 questions on that, and if you do not know the basics of that topic or the concepts required to answer questions, then you will simply lose these 5 marks. So it's important that you leave nothing for chances, be thorough with all the concepts, and practice on your numbers, right? Your numerical skill plays a very important role in maximizing your score in the quantitative aptitude section. So let's get started. I'll present the first question to you all and give you some time to analyze the data and then answer the given questions. Okay, so let me bring this up. The first question, from what I see here, there are 5 shop owners A to E. They are selling 5 different items which are given in the table, and this table has got discount as a percentage which is given on the marked price or the marked price of these 5 items. Good. So I think a simple table, 5 sellers, 5 different types of items that they sell. So there are 25 data points, some of which are missing. Yes, some of which are missing. And this data is about the discount percentage. The percentages given there reflect the discount given on the marked price. And based on that, some questions have been asked, right? So let me present this to you. The question is on your screens now. And let's see how many of you get this right. Let me quickly set the context. Read it. There are 5 shop owners A, B, C, D, and E. They are selling 5 different items given in the table. In the actually there are only 4 items that I see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this is a mistake. Yeah, 4 different items, not 5. In the table, discount as percentage is given on the marked price of these 4 items again by different sellers. Study the table and answer the questions. So look at this table. A, B, C, D, E are 5 sellers. Item 1, 2, 3, 4 are the different items, and we have got percentages here. Now what is it? 18%? 18% is the discount given on item 1 by seller A. 16% here is the discount given on item 2 by seller C. The discount given on item 3 by seller E is not known to us. Okay, there's some points given here. Some values are missing. You have to calculate these values as per data given in the questions. So like you all know, whatever is missing here would be indirectly given in the data of the question, right? So don't worry about it. And second point is mark price of a particular item is same for all 5 shop owners. So this is very, very important. The mark price of a particular item is same for all shop owners. Like for example, for item 1, let's say the mark price is 200. So it is 200 for A, B, C, D, E, all of them. The item 3 could be priced at 500 rupees. So A's mark price is 500, B's mark price is also 500, C, D, E, all 3 of them, all 5 of them have got the same mark price for item 3. So for a particular item, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, the mark price is same, right? And here's the first question. And likewise, we have more questions, second one and the third one and so on. So let me leave you with the first one and see how many of you get the answer right. The question is on your screen here. I hope all of you are trying this out. Got this, guys? Alright, I think enough time has been given. Let's try this out now. So the question with this data here is, as you see on the screen, right? It says if the profit percentage of seller A after selling item 2 is S% and that of seller C for the same item here is item 2 again, is 2S minus 4%, and the ratio of cost price of item 2 by seller A and seller C is 17:21, then find the value of S. Okay, so we are referring to item 2 first of all, and we are talking about seller A and seller C, seller A and seller C. So basically the percentages are 32 and 16. Now what do we know? The profit, the discount on item 2 by seller A is 32%, the discount on item 2 by seller C 16%. The profit on item 2 by seller is S%, and by seller C is 2S minus 4%, and the cost price of item 2 by seller A and seller C is in the ratio of 17:21. Then find the value of S. Now as given in point number 2 here, the marked price of item 2 particular item here is item 2, is same for all the 5 shop owners. See, don't get confused as to why is the cost price different. Cost price could be different, marked price is same. The marked price for that item by all the shop owners is same. Okay, so let's assume the marked price of item 2 is M. Right, mark price of item 2 is M. So if you look at seller A and seller C, let's say this is seller A and seller C and different values, right? Let's talk about the cost price. What's the cost price? See, the ratio of cost price is 17:21. So I can say if the cost price for seller A is 17x, that for seller C is 21x. We are talking about item 2, right? Everything is with regards to item 2 here. Seller A and seller C, right? Seller A and seller C. The cost price is 17x and 21x, right? Then what else do we know? The profit. The profit percentage is what? S percentage for seller A and 2S minus 4 percentage for seller C. Then we also know the marked price, right? What's the marked price? M and M for both of them. There's no difference. And then we know the discount, right? What's the discount? Discount by seller A is 32% and that by seller C is 16%. Yeah, so you know the cost price, you know the profit percentage, you know the marked price and you know the discount. What can be calculated? The selling prices can be calculated. What is the selling price by each seller? Can be calculated, and I think that's what should give us the value of S. We are interested in finding out the value of S. What could be the value of S? Now, how do you do? See, selling price. We very well know that selling price can be obtained using cost price and profit and can also be obtained using mark price and discount. Now, this again is basics of profit and loss. I've told you, right? There are data interpretation questions where the entire data is based on one arithmetic aptitude topic. Like in this case, it is profit and loss. Now, if you do not understand the concepts of profit and loss, you will not be able to proceed with this at all and you will simply lose 5 marks. So it's very important for you to remember and understand the concepts thoroughly. Now, what are important concepts in this context here? Selling price is marked price minus discount, and the same selling price is cost price plus profit. That's how we solve questions when it comes to marked price and cost price involved, right? Selling price, like for example, if the discount is 10%, selling price will be 90% of the marked price. If the discount is 43%, selling price will be 57% of the mark price, right? Because discount is always on the mark price. The balance is selling price. And the basic is, you know the cost price, you know the profit percentage. Selling price can be taken as cost price plus profit percentage, right? For example, if the profit is, let's say 12%, what is the selling price? It is cost price plus 12% of cost price. If the profit is, let's say 19%, then how would you get the selling price? It is cost price plus 19% of cost price. That's it. So use that understanding, that knowledge in framing 2 equations and then solve for it. It might be there are only 2 variables here, x, 17x and 21x. So that x is a variable and m, the mark price m is a variable. So if you can frame 2 equations in both x and m, s is a variable. I think s is a variable and m is a variable, right? If you can frame equations in these 2 variables, you'll be able to solve those 2 to get the answer. Right? So let's try it out. How do you do it? Like for example, selling price here. See, discount is 32%, right? Discount is 32%. So selling price can be taken as. See, let me do this. Selling price for A. If the discount is 32%, selling price is only 68%. 68% of M. In this case, the discount is what? 16%. So selling price can be taken as 84% of M. But the same selling price for item by seller A can also be considered using cost price and profit, right? Selling price can be taken as 17x plus S percentage of 17x. Or maybe we can say 100 plus S percentage of 17x. Likewise, here the selling price can be taken as 100 plus 2S minus 4. So 96 plus 2S percentage of 21x. What do we do? Should we solve it that way? Try it out. So let's see what happens. So selling price by seller A is 68% of M, which is equal to 100 plus S percentage of 17x. You understand? Profit is S percentage, so selling price will be 100 plus S percentage of the cost price. And selling price for seller C is 84% of M, which would be equal to 96 plus 2S. So why is it 96 plus 2S? Because selling price will be 100 plus profit percentage. So 100 plus 2S minus 4. So that makes it 96 plus 2S. So 96 plus 2S percentage of cost price, which is 21x. I think you can simply divide these two, SA by SC, selling price of A by selling price of C, to get the answer, right? What do we get? 68% of M. I could have directly written that actually. 84% of M equals to 100 plus S percentage of 17X divided by 96 plus 2S percentage of 21X. The advantage is M and M gets cancelled, X and X gets cancelled. We have only S as a variable. This percentage is also gone. So 68 by 84 equals to 100 plus S by, and the 17 goes 4 times, 21 also goes 4 times. So basically selling prices are also equal. I mean, what do we get now? 100 plus S equals to 96 plus 2S. From this, 100 plus S equals to 96 plus 2S. So S is going to be 4. S will be equal to 4. That's your answer. 4 is option C. Okay, now do not go by the length of the explanation, right? I mean, all that we have put on the left hand side here is just the data. I was trying to explain it to you. Likewise, these equations is the concept, right? Selling price. How do we calculate selling price using mark price and discount, and using profit and cost price? What is important is this. You just compare the two selling prices and get the value of S. S comes out to be option C, 4. So 4% is the answer. Okay. So the whole concept of profit and loss is involved here, right? Finding out selling price using profit percentage and cost price, and discount percentage and mark price. Let's move on. The next question on your screens now. Try this. Got it? What is the question? This time it says for seller D, we're talking about seller D, the difference between the selling price of item 2 and that of item 3 is 420 rupees. If the sum of the mark price of item 2 and item 3 by the same seller is 6,000, then the mark price in rupees of item 2 is what percentage more or less than that of item 3 by the same seller? Selling price of item 2 is greater than the selling price of item 3. Now that's again an interesting one, right? We are referring to seller D, right? Seller D, and there are two items that we are talking about, item 2 and item 3. Item 2 and item 3. So the percentages that we know clearly are 28 and 16. So what does he say? The difference between the selling price of item 2 and that of item 3 is 420 rupees. Right? So there is a difference in the selling price of item 2 and item 3. By the way, in the last statement, he has also mentioned that selling price of 2 is greater than 3. Right? Selling price of item 2 is greater than selling price of item 3. So can you say selling price of item 2 minus selling price of item 3 is equal to 420? Yes, that's the first equation. The difference in the selling prices is 420. So selling price of 2 minus selling price of 3 is equal to 420. Right? Now you see selling price of 2. What is selling price of 2? From the data, if the discount on item 2 is 28%, can I say the selling price is 72%? Yes. 72% of what? The mark price. Mark price of item 2. Minus selling price of item 3, the discount on item 3 is 16%. So what is the selling price? 84%. 84% of what? Mark price of item 3. Remember, mark price for a particular item in all the shops is same. but mark price of different items is different. So you can't say both should be M and M. In the previous case, we are referring to only one item, item 2. So we considered mark price as M for all the shopkeepers. But in this case, we are referring to different items. So if the mark price of this item is M2, the mark price of this item would be M3. Yeah. So that 72% of M2 minus 84% of M3 is equal to 420. That's equation 1 we have. Other thing that we know is the sum of the mark prices of 2 and 3 by the same seller is 6,000. Sum of the mark prices is 6,000, meaning M2 plus M3 is equal to 6,000. That's it. 2 equations and 2 variables can you solve. This is equation 1. This is equation 1 and here is equation 2, and there are 2 variables M2 and M3. Solve for these 2 equations. You will get M1, M2 and M3, and then what do we have to find out? The mark price of item 2 is what percentage more or less than the mark price of item 3. You know X is what percentage more or less than Y, right? X is what percentage more or less than Y? X minus Y by Y into 100. So mark price of 2 is what percentage more or less than 3? Mark price of 2 minus mark price of 3 divided by mark price of 3 into 100. That's the answer. That's the final answer. X is what percentage more or less than Y? X minus Y by Y into 100. M2 minus M3 by M3 into 100. How do we get M2 and M3? From these 2 equations. Very simple. Yeah. Now solve the 2 equations. What do you want to do? I think all are multiples of 12. So let me just divide by 12 first of all. This is 12 into 6, 12 into 7, and this is 12 into 35, right? 12 into 30 is 360, 12 into 5 is 60, so 360 plus 60, 35. And if I forget about these percentages, this becomes 3,500. By 100 and by 100, right? It goes to the other side. So basically we have 6M2 minus 7M3 equals to 3,500. Yeah, 6M2. So the equation now is 6M2 minus 7M3 equals to 3,500. Let's multiply this equation also with 7. Let's multiply this equation with 7. What happens? 7M2 plus 7M3 equals to this 6,000 will becomes 42,000. Yes or no? Now simplification becomes easy. Minus 7M3 and plus 7M3 gets cancelled. This is 13M2 equals to 42,000 plus 3,500, 45,500. Is 455 divided by 13? 390 plus 65. Yes, this goes 35 times. So basically M3 is equal to 3,500. The moment you know M3 is 3,500, M2 would be 2,500 because total is 6,000, right? M3 is 3,500. Then this would be 2,500. Yes? Total is 6,000. That's it. Now substitute here. So 2,500 minus 3,500, that is 1,000. 1,000 by 3,500. So your final answer is going to be 1,000 by 3,500 into 100. So that's basically 2 by 7. 500 into 2, 500 into 7. 2 by 7 is what percentage? 28%. We know, right? Which is not there in the options. 1 by 7 is 14%. 2 by 7 is 28%. 14.28. This is 28.5. Mark price of 2 is what percentage more or less than that of 3? Did we go wrong in the calculation anywhere? Quickly check this. 72% because 28% is discount. 16%, so 84. 6 12s. 7 12s. This is 35. So 6M2 minus 7M3 is 3,500. 6M2 plus 7M2 plus 7M3 is 7 6 are 42. Yeah. 13M2 is 45,500. So M3 is 3,500. M2 is 2,500. So 1,000 by 3,500. This is 5 into 2, 5 into 7, 2 by 7. 2 by 7 is 28%. To be precise, 28.5714%. And I think none of. So if I have to go for an approximate answer, I'll mark option 3 because this is closest, right? 28.57 is close to 29 or 30%, let's say. Yeah, others are definitely wrong. 50, 40, 35, 45 are wrong compared to This one is the closest to the right answer, so go for it. But I think the concept should be clear, right? The concept is, X is what percentage more or less than Y. It's a percentage concept, and very, very common when it comes to DI based questions. So X is what percentage more or less than Y? X minus Y by 5 into 100. And this profit and loss knowledge to get to those values of X and Y. Chalo, next question. Next question is on your screens here. Try this. Average selling price of item 2 of seller A and B is 3,888 and that of seller B and seller C is 4,320. Find the selling price of item 3 of seller C. And I think this should be item 2 only. Average selling price of item 2 of seller A and B is 3,888 and that of seller B and C is 4,320. Find the selling price of item. We can't be taking different items. I'm sorry about this. This should be item 2 in both the places or item 3 in both the places. Okay, so I think let me get a clarity as to what are we referring to. Are we referring to item 2 or item 3? That clearly is a printing error. You solve the next question in the meanwhile. I'll find this out. Here's the next question. If the selling price of item 1 and 3 of E are in the ratio of 5:6 and the seller earned a profit of 25%, which is rupees 750 on item 1 and 20% on item 3, then find the total profit by selling item 1 and item 3 together by the same seller. So that seems to be a straight question. Solve it. In the meanwhile, I'll find out about the previous one.
Alright guys, I hope all of you have tried this one out. Now before we look at this question, I have
figured out where I had gone wrong in the previous, and I'm really sorry about that. I got 28 point something, and the options were not, no option actually had that number. But I found where the mistake is. I think here's the problem. We got 6M2 and 7M2. I added is 13M3. So this is where the error is. Let me highlight it in red. So 6M2 plus 7M2 should be 13M2. I took it as M3, and that's where the whole answer changed. So now there's an important learning here. Of course, M2 is 3,500. Then M3 becomes, so this is 3,500. So M3 becomes 2,500. And now you see this would change. While the difference of M2 and M3 is still 1,000, the denominator this time will be 2,500. I mean, it will remain M3 only, but the value of M3 has changed. This is 2,500 into 100. Now 1,000 on 2,500 is 40%. It's exactly 40%. That's why this 28.57 was wrong. So answer is 40%. Apologies for that error. I am really sorry about it. I think it was a plain misunderstanding of that 6M2 plus 7M2. I took it as 13M3 instead of writing 13M2. I think it was a writing error more than the understanding error, right? I should have. So you have to be very, very careful. I mean, especially I have to be very, very careful in the exam. I can't be committing such silly mistakes, and so is applicable to you as well. So 13M2 came out to be 45,500, and when M2 came out to be 3,500, and from there you just change the numbers. Okay. Let's look at the question that you have on the screen now. All of you must have tried this already. What does it say? If the selling price of item 1 and item 3 of seller E are in the ratio of 5:6. So we are referring to item 1 and item 3 for seller E. Now the percentages are not given. You see, both are missing. Both the discounts are missing. But what we know is selling price is in the ratio of 5:6. And the seller earned a profit of 25%, which is 750 on item 1, and 20% on item 3. Then find the total profit by selling item 1 and item 3 together by the same seller. It's obvious that total profit will be more than 750, or can be equal to 750 also, depending on what is the profit on item 3. You are able to follow. We are supposed to find out the total profit. Profit on item 1 plus item 3 is equal to what? We already know that profit on item 1 is 750. So 750 plus something. Now if the something is 0, answer remains 750. Or if it is some value there, then 750 plus any value will be more than 750. All the options anyway are in that range only. So let's work on it. So what is the data we have? We have the selling price ratio. The selling prices of these two items are in the ratio of 5:6. Selling price are in the ratio of 5:6. The seller earned a profit of 25% on item 1, which equals to 750, and 20% of item 2 on item 2. Yeah, so I think we don't have to worry about discount percentages here. That is not required at all. So it's simple. Selling price, profit on item 2. Profit on item 2 is equal to 25%, which is equal to 750. From this, I can say that cost price of item 2 is equal to, cost price is always 100%. So if 25% is 750, 100% will be 3000. So basically selling price of item 2 is cost price of item 2 plus profit of item 2, which is 3000 plus 750, 3750. Yes or no? From this, now I also know that selling price of item 2, why am I writing item 2 on item 1? There's something seriously wrong with my numbering today. It's all 1, not item 2. We're referring to item 1. Sorry. Profit on item 1, cost price of item 1, selling price of item 1. It comes out to be 3750. Right? Now, we also know that the selling price of 1 and 3 is in the ratio of 5:6, meaning S1 by S3 is equal to 5/6. It should be equal to, the selling price of item 1 is already known to us, 3750. So what is the selling price of item 3? I mean the same ratio. We are taking the S1 by S3 ratio. It is 5 by 6, right? So that 5 by 6 should be equal to selling price of item 1, which is 3750, by selling price of item 3. By cross multiplying, you will get the selling price of item 3. And that's very easy, right? 5 parts is 3750. So 6 parts should be 4500. I mean, each part is 750 here. 750 into 5. So this should be 750 into 6, which is 4500. So I know the selling price of item 3 as well. Now, what is the profit on item 3? Profit on item 3 is only 20%. Profit on item 3 is 20%. Again, your understanding of the profit and loss concepts is important, right? If the profit is known and selling price is known, we know that profit on item 3 is 20%. So can you find out if this 20% is equal to what? The moment you get this equivalent value of 20%, you can find P1 plus P3. Because P1 is already known to us, 750. All I need is P3. I know P3 in terms of percentage, but I do not know P3 in terms of the absolute value. How do I get that? Very simple. Selling price is 4500, which means 120% is equal to 4500. How do I say that? Simple. If the profit is 20%, selling price is 120%. If the profit is 19%, selling price would be 119%. If the profit is 27%, selling price would be 127%. So profit is 20, meaning selling price will be 120%. And that is equivalent to 4500. So this 20% is equivalent to what? How much will that be equivalent to? Simple, divide by 6, 4500 by 6, 750 rupees. Yes or no? This question mark comes out to be 20 into 4500 by 120. So 4500 by 6. Right? So from this we get question mark equals to 750. Which means P3 also is 750. This is nothing but P3. P1 is 750. Where is P1? P1 is 750. P3 is also 750. So P1 plus P3 would be 1500. Option E. Option E is the answer. Clear? So like I said, it only appears to be complex. If you are thorough with the concepts, you can happily solve these 5 questions. Okay, now let me go back to the third question where we had a little bit of confusion. Both the items, when we are referring to item 2 actually. Yeah, so here's the question now. Uh-oh, just a second. Yeah, here's the question. It says average selling price of item 2. Average selling price of item 2 for A and B is 3888 and that of seller B and C is 4320. So find the selling price of item 2 for the seller C. Right? You've been given the average selling price for A and B. We are all referring to item 2 here, by the way. For A, B and C. And average selling price for B and C as well. Find the selling price of item 2 for seller C. See, the point is, we know the discount by seller A on item 2 is 32%. The discount of on item 2 by seller B is not known. So let's assume this is D percentage and the discount by seller C is 16%. That's simple. The mark price is same for item 2 across all the sellers. So mark price is M. Which means selling price of item A, selling price on item 2 by seller A will be how much? See, if the discount is 32%, selling price will be 68% of mark price. What will be the selling price for B? We do not know what the actual value is. We are considering the discount to be D percentage. So selling price will be 100 minus D percentage of the mark price. And selling price for C is going to be what? The discount is 16%, implies selling price will be 84% of the mark price. Now we have been given average of SA and SB. Average of A and B is 3888, right? And average of B and C is 4320. You have to find out the selling price of C. Can you do that? Yes, should be easy, right? How do you get that? See, if average price of A and B is 3888, total of A and B will be 3888 into 2. There are 2 items, right? There are 2 values. Average of 2 values is 3888. So what will be the sum of those 2 values? 3888 into 2. Similarly, average of B and C is 4320. So sum of B and C will be 4320 into 2. So basically, SA plus SB is 3888 times 2 and SB plus SC is whatever that 4320 times 2. Work on this. I mean, you will eventually be able to find out M and D from those two equations and then get the required answer. So what is SA plus SB? SA plus SB comes out to be, you see 68% of M plus 100% of M. So 168% of M minus D percentage of M, which is 3888 into 2. How much is that? 6000, 1600, 7600, then 160, 7760, 7700. And SB plus SC, how much will that be? 100% of M plus 84% of M. 184% of M minus D percent of M equals to 4320 times 2. That will be 8640. What are we supposed to find out? We're supposed to find out the selling price of item 2 by seller C. So basically 84% of M is equal to what is the question? 84% of M is equal to what is the question? Simple. What I'm going to do here is, let's say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Subtract 1 from 2. Do 2 minus 1. So what do we get? 184% of M minus 168% of M. That is how much? 16% of. 16% of M is equal to this D percentage of M minus D percentage of M and plus D percentage of M gets cancelled. Remember, we are subtracting, so this becomes plus. Should be equal to what? 8640 minus 7776. So that's like 640 plus 200. 840 plus 24. 864. You're done. 16% of M is 864. I want 84% of M. 84% of M is equal to what? Cross multiply, you get the answer. Are you getting it? You know 16%, you found 16% of M. From that you can get 84% of M. Cross multiply. This is what is required. He is asking us to get the selling price of C. Yeah? See, if I have to eliminate the options, I mean, fifth option is none of this, so it's going to be a little risky to go by elimination method. But if I have to simply eliminate the options, if 16% is 864, 84% will be definitely into 5, because 16 into 5 is 80. So 864 into 5. What is 864 into 5? It will be 4320. It should be more than 4320. Answer should be more than 4320. Something more than 4320. So immediately option B and option D gets eliminated. It can either be A or C. Again, I need 4% more. 16% is 864. 4% will be divided by 4. You are able to follow. I am just using my knowledge of split and merge. I am saying 84% is 80% of M plus 4% of M. Now this 80% of M is actually 16% of M into 5, and this 4% of M is 16% of M by 4. So 16 into 5 is 80, 16 by 4 is 4. Why am I doing all this drama? Because 16% is known to us readily, 864. So 864 into 5 plus 864 by 4. 864 into 5 is 4320, and 864 by 4 divided by 4 will be 216. Do that. So 4320 plus 216 will be 4536. Option A. You getting it? Answer should be 4320 plus 16% by 4. I mean, this 864 by 4 is 216. Sum of these two is 4536. Option A is the answer. You getting it? So knowledge of the topic and smart ways of doing the calculation will lead to a quick solution and answer. And please don't assume that it is such a lengthy solution. I am explaining it to you. I have to write down these steps so that you can follow. When you do it yourself, you cut down all the unnecessary steps. I mean, you can directly work with SA plus SB, SB plus SC. You don't have to write individual values here, right? I mean, I wrote selling price of A is 68% of M, selling price of B is 100 minus D percentage of M, selling price of C is 84% of M. That's a waste of time. You directly write A plus B, B plus C, and then work on those two equations. So just put on paper what is really necessary and keep moving, right? Okay, the last question from this set here on your screens now. Try this. What is given? Cost price of item 3 is 60 rupees. Look at this. Cost price of item 3 is 60 rupees for all of the sellers, and all of them mark the same product at 66, 2/3% higher than the cost price, which means cost price is 60 and mark price is 100. That's the calculation I've done mentally, and I'm sure you also can do it, right? He says cost price of item 3, we are referring to item 3, is rupees 60 for all the sellers, and all of them have marked the same product at 66, 2/3% higher. Say 66, 2/3, 66.66%, which is like 2/3 higher than the value. What is 2/3 of 60 rupees? You're getting it? 66.66%. 66.66% is 2/3 of the value. This is our knowledge of percentages and their equivalent fractions. 2/3 of 60 rupees is 40 rupees. So they have marked it 40 rupees higher. They have marked it 40 rupees higher than the cost price, which means cost price is 60 for all of them and mark price is 60 plus 40. 60 plus rupees 40. They have marked it 40 rupees higher. Again, you can directly write 100. Don't waste your time. So 60 and 100, that much we know for all the sellers A, B, C, D, E, item 3. Now, then to get a total profit of 80 rupees by all the 5 sellers after selling the item 3, what is the minimum discount should be provided by seller E on the mark price of item 3? So if you look at it, we have been given the discounts by A, B, C, D, but not for E on this item. Now the question is, what should be the minimum discount that E should offer so that the total profit is 80 rupees? So that the total profit is 80 rupees. How do you do? How do you deal with this? See, it's simple. What is the total cost price? Total cost 60 rupees into 5. 5 sellers, right? 5 sellers. Each seller's cost price is 60. So total costing is 300 rupees. You want the total profit to be 80. Again, don't write all these terms here in the exam, but total profit is 80. So what should be the total selling price? Selling price should be 380. Total selling price should be 380. Yes or no? Meaning selling price of A plus B plus C plus D plus E should be 380. Yeah. Now how do you calculate selling price? See, selling price is marked price minus discount. I mean, if the discount is 36%, what is the selling price? 64%. You're getting it? Here the selling price is going to be 64%. Here the selling price will be 67%. In this case, the selling price is 86%. Here the selling price is going to be 84%. These are discounts. From 100% mark price, if I subtract the discount, I'll get the selling price. So these are all selling prices. This should be, let's say, S percentage. So basically 64% of 100 plus 67% of 100 plus 86% of 100 plus 80. Mark price is 100, by the way. We have already calculated. Mark price is 100. That has made our life simple. Mark price is 100 for all the 5 sellers in this case. So selling price will be 64% of 100, which is 64. For seller B, 67% of 100, which is 67. 86% of 100, which is 86. 84% of 100, which is 84. Yes or no? Any percentage of 100 is that value itself, numerical value itself. And S percentage of 100 is S. So basically the total selling price is how much? 64 plus 67 plus 86 plus 84 plus S. Find out the value of S. First step is to find the value of S. Find the value of S. How much is S? 86 and 84 is 170. 170 and then 60 and 60 is 120. So that's 290. 290 and this is 11. So 290 and 11 is 301. So S should be equal to 380 minus 301, which is 79. See, selling price is 79, meaning discount is how much? 21. Discount on E. Selling price came out to be 79. This is 79. If this is 79, the discount percentage should be 21. If the discount is 21%, then the selling price will be 79% of 100, which is 79. So answer should be 21. The discount that should be given is 21%. Option A. Okay. I mean, just check the calculation. 86, 84 is 170, and then 120 is 290, and 4 and 7 is 11. So that's 301. 380 minus 301 is 79. So if you're selling at 79 rupees, you have given a discount of 21 rupees because mark price is 100. Now 21 rupees on 100 rupees is 21%. So your answer here should be 21%, option A. And with this, we come to the end of today's session. I mean, I wish I could solve more questions in this time that we have spent here. I also have more questions available, but the point is, I want you to relax for your next exam, which is tomorrow or day after or in the week to come. And if you really need to practice, you can pick up questions yourself and start practicing. The one thing that all of you should realize is practice is the key, right? I mean, as much as you practice, I mean, the more you practice, the easier it's going to get, right? And the more confident you would be when you walk into the examination center. So all the very best for your IBPS PO exam, right? I think you should now only focus on keeping yourself positive and happy for that exam, which is right round the corner now. Because what really impacts your performance in the exam is your mood. And if you're not in a happy mood, or if you're worried about something, or if you're too nervous, then you will not be able to give your best. So to be able to control your nervousness and to have that confidence, you should not be like preparing till the last minute. Just keep it cool now, right? Relax. So I think I would not say that, keep practicing for your IBPS exam today, because the exam is just starting tomorrow. So I would say relax, and yes, do take very good care of yourselves. I'm sure you will do well, and don't lose your heart if you have not been able to give your best in the exam. There are more opportunities coming up, so continue your preparation for that, right? The game must go on, the preparation must go on. All right, so all the best, guys. Do well, and we'll meet again in our next live session, the details of which will be announced on our YouTube channel. So do subscribe to the channel, and yes, share our content if you find it to be interesting. Now there are a lot of videos available across different topics, different subjects. Please make the most of these resources and give your best in the exam. Thank you so much. Bye.